All right. All right. We are now live. How's everyone doing? Appreciate you all joining me today. We have a quick couple announcements to go through. We have finally a verdict in the Johnny Depp Amber Heard case. A little bit of a surprise. A lot of people figured it might go all the way to Friday. This is relatively what we would consider a quick verdict. Most experts are thinking that it's Johnny Depp that's going to prevail. I have been saying from day one that I believe the jury might indeed return a favorable verdict for Johnny Depp. However, the damages might be $1. In other words, the idea with the jury verdict might be simply to go ahead and give Johnny Depp back his good name, his reputation. He has lost a considerable amount of work from Hollywood. And judging by the public opinion, public comments, he is already receiving a lot of offers from Hollywood and from other sources, let's call them, where he has the option to go back to work. Maybe he'll even go back to work for Disney. We'll see how it turns out. In my opinion, this case has been very interesting, and there's a lot that we can learn from this particular case. I want to be brief because I do want to cut for some time so we can watch the verdict live. I have a video dropping very soon. Basically, it's talking about whether Johnny Depp and Amber Heard would have benefited from a premarital agreement. Not just a premarital agreement or what we call a prenup, but a prenup combined with a confidentiality agreement. I personally think that's what they should have done. And I would think that it would probably have avoided all of this pain, all of this public spectacle that both of them are having to live through. And my take on this case is a little different than most people. I will say that it's clear to me that Johnny Depp is what we would call an abused husband. At the same time, I will also have to tell you that, again, it's just my opinion, but both of these individuals are seriously flawed human beings. What kind of people sits around and videotapes each other every time they have a fight? What kind of individuals will sit there and set up a video camera and then pick a fight or provoke a fight or take pictures of people when they have a drug problem and they have ice cream dripping down their leg? This is just craziness. What kind of individual will sit there and basically crap their bed? I mean, this is just salacious, sick. I have to admit, it's entertaining. It's definitely entertaining to watch, but basically it's a human tragedy story. It's a human tragedy of two individuals that were apparently madly in love at one time, and obviously that has all but come to an end. So hopefully there's resolution today, but we'll have to wait and see. There's several things that I wanted to mention. First of all, the manager that came forward from that trailer park, in my mind, this is what solidified the case for Johnny Depp, if it indeed goes that way. This manager takes the stand. He is not a friend of Johnny's, he's not a friend of Amber's, and he's very consistent with what he's been saying and what he did say, and he's very deliberate in saying that essentially Johnny and Amber were talking with him. Amber wanted him to go off, wanted rather to go off with Johnny to a more private area, and when they went off, he said that Johnny looked like he was being scolded like a child. He was surprised. His words were something to the effect of, for a grown man that's much older than she is to sit there and kind of cower or kind of look like he's being scolded. It just shocked him. It was just blowing his mind basically. And to me, that shows a portrait of a man that has been abused for some time. And let's be honest about this. Let's be very clear. In our society today, if you are a man that is in a relationship and you have been abused or you're being abused, you don't want to say anything. You don't want to say anything to your friends. You don't want to say anything to your family, your parents. It's embarrassing. Who wants to go to the police or go anywhere else and say, yeah, my wife, my girlfriend, my whatever, she's been beating the living out of me. I'm really scared. I'm really afraid she's going to hurt me or something to that effect. I mean, come on, that is weird. That's uncomfortable. People don't like that. It's very difficult for a man to come forward and admit that he is a victim of domestic violence. And again, it's my opinion. I clearly think that's what's going on here is Johnny Depp has been abused by Amber Heard. I think the evidence has been very clear that Amber Heard, on one occasion, it has been proven that he was abused by Amber Heard. I don't believe any of the testimony during the trial showed that Johnny Depp did anything inappropriate as far as domestic violence is concerned. And see, here's the big problem for Amber in relation to this case. She has to she really has a long road to hoe here because in the op-ed that sparked this thing originally, she told the entire world that essentially she was the victim of a sexual nature. She was a sexually abused victim. In my mind, I'm thinking rape when I hear that. That, in my mind, is a different animal than necessarily just being a victim of domestic abuse. I know it's can be painted with the same brush, but I think it's a different color entirely. That's just my opinion. Again, you can make a judgment for yourself. She has to prove, and I don't think she even came close to proving, that Johnny Depp somehow sexually abused her. I don't see it. If you think you've seen it or you think I'm wrong, do me a favor, put it down in the comments. And by the way, if you're not following my channel, please follow my channel as I build up the subscribers that I have. I believe I have 300 and some odd subscribers right now. I know it takes time to build, but I have a lot of information that I think you'll find useful. I hope that my videos are informative and that it is something that you can use in your daily life. If you ever need me, always reach out to me at ReachJRDukes@gmail.com. That is my email address. I answer all my emails. I help people all the time with all kinds of problems involving asset protection, involving anything to do with the law, anything to do with interactions with police. Contact me. If I can't help you, I can definitely steer you in a direction to someone that can in your local area. At any rate, always remember I am here to help you, and I'm happy to do so. Okay, to finish up my remarks here, I wanted to tell you something very important that you need to know. I have a video that's coming pertaining to prenuptial agreements, premarital agreements. I have talked many times on my channel about premarital agreements, and the video that's coming out very soon is essentially titled, Would They Have Been Helped with the Prenuptial Agreement, like I said earlier. Think about this. Amber Heard and Johnny Depp were married for a complete time frame, a whopping 16 months. 16 months. That equates to roughly 480 days, roughly speaking. She received a $7 million settlement. $7 million. That equates to $437,500 a month or $14,583.33 a day. How would you like to be married to Johnny Depp and each day you receive $14,583.33? What a deal she got! That is the reason you need a prenuptial agreement, and a prenuptial agreement paired with a confidentiality agreement, especially if you're in the public eye, especially if you're a person with means, especially if you are coming into a relationship and you both have children from other relationships, if you've been divorced before. All these things are serious indications that you need to consider a prenuptial agreement, and hopefully you can avoid the circus that's going on right now with these two characters. At any rate, it was something that I found insightful, and I wanted to tell you about it. My prediction, as I was telling you earlier, I'm thinking the jury is going to come back, find in Johnny Depp's favor, and award a very small amount of money. I could be wrong. He could walk away with a huge amount of money, but I don't think so. But we'll see. We'll see. I've been wrong before. One thing about a jury, you never know what a jury's thinking. You never know what a jury's doing. We can be a bunch of talking heads and say this is happening, that's happening. We don't know. I've been surprised very, very many times before. I've been involved with cases on my own where, frankly, I thought I was going to lose and I ended up winning. I have to admit that's the exception, not the rule. you just never know what a jury is thinking until they actually come out with the actual verdict. And hopefully that will be coming out very soon. We're doing good for time. So basically, what's going to be decided, it's an 8-page form. Johnny Depp is claiming with that Washington op-ed article that he was defamed because of that statement that Amber Heard titled the article, saying that she was a sexual abuse survivor, or at least words to that effect. That is where she is having her problems. On the other side, Amber Heard is countersuing Johnny Depp for $100 million. And the $100 million is because she's claiming she was defamed when Johnny Depp's attorney said things about her that were not true. I believe he said something to the effect of that this whole situation with her is nothing but a setup. It's fake. It's not real. We'll have to see what happens. By the way, that's called agency. That is the theory of law that she's using to try to recover from Johnny Depp, and it will remain to see if that holds up. One interesting note I will tell you, even if somehow there is a judgment against Johnny Depp in this case, it is definitely going to be appealed. The reason for this is there is clear error in this case at the end when Amber Heard's attorneys essentially told the jury, hey, send a message. She is a domestic violence survivor. If you don't rule for her, you're going to set back the Me Too cause. We need you not to send that message. We need you to stick up for Amber Heard and send a message. That's not proper. That's not what the jury is there to do. That's not what the jury is there to decide. The jury has been instructed very carefully as to the case what the case involves and exactly what the law is and exactly what questions they need to answer. As I said, it's in an eight-page form, so we'll just have to see how it all turns out. My personal opinion is I don't think Amber Heard has a chance, and you know what, for her to prevail. But we'll just have to see. I've been wrong before, like I said, on these type things, and you never know exactly how it's going to turn out. At any rate, we have about 30 minutes before the verdict is read. I'll be back later, and I'll share my thoughts with you pertaining to this ruling, this verdict, and I'll share with you later on today. I'll definitely put up so you have notice as to what's going on. As usual, I appreciate you joining me today. Folks, keep that free mind. Never give up. I am JR Dukes. Thank you.